So what is Bitcoin? Why should I buy it? And how do I buy it? Don't worry, cause today I'll be covering what is Bitcoin exactly and why you should invest in Bitcoin even though you don't fancy the idea of it. And all of this is not financial advice, it's mainly me trying to share my knowledge about the markets. And at the end, I will also cover how do you acquire them. So just sit back, have a snack, and let's go. Welcome everybody. If you are new to this channel is about investing, mainly financing, stocks, crypto, and also forex. I am from Singapore, and my dream is so that I can share my knowledge about the markets with everyone, and also to create a community that will go through this investing journey with me. And I want to encourage as many of you to start investing, no matter how small your capital is, and make all of you look back 5 to 10 years later and thinking to yourself that this is the best decision you have ever made. So I will appreciate it so much if you can smash the like button down below, as it will help me spread and share my content. Okay, so without further ado, what is Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin is often described as a cryptocurrency or type of money that is completely virtual. It follows the ideas set out in a white paper by a mysterious creator called Satoshi Nakamoto. Well, this identity of this person who created this 12 years ago is still a mystery. Bitcoin offers the promise of lower transaction fees compared to traditional online payment mechanisms, and is operated by a decentralized authority, unlike government-issued currencies. There are no physical Bitcoins, only balances kept on a public ledger that everyone has transparent access to. Along with all Bitcoin transactions, is verified by a massive amount of computing power. Bitcoins are not issued or backed by any banks or governments, nor are individual Bitcoins valuable as a commodity. Despite it not being legal tender, Bitcoin charts are still high on popularity and has triggered the launch of hundreds of other virtual currencies collectively referred to as altcoins. I'll cover these altcoins in another video, as it will take a while as well, but it's also another great way to invest apart from Bitcoin. All of us can send Bitcoins or part of one to your digital wallet, and you can send Bitcoins to others as well. It was launched in 2009, and Bitcoin is still the world's largest cryptocurrency by market cap. So unlike Fiat Currency, which is our SGD or USD, Bitcoin is created, distributed, traded, and stored with the use of a decentralized ledger system known as a blockchain. Okay, now I know what you might be thinking. What is blockchain? Well, a blockchain is a public list where everyone can see and where every single transaction is recorded. This makes it possible to trace the history of Bitcoins, to stop people from spending coins they do not own, or making copies or undoing any transactions. And you guys might be wondering, wouldn't it be easier to do money laundering and illegal transactions online? The answer is a simple no. This is because every transaction is transparent and can easily be traced, so it will be even more difficult to attempt to doing illegal activities. Okay, so balances of Bitcoin tokens are kept using public and private keys, which are long strings of numbers and letters linked through the mathematical encryption algorithm that was used to create them. So the public key, which is basically our bank account number, serves as the address which is published to the world and to which others may send Bitcoins. The private key, which is our ATM pin, is meant to be a guarded secret and only used to authorize Bitcoin transmissions. Bitcoin keys should not be confused with a Bitcoin wallet, which is a physical or digital device which facilitates the trading of Bitcoin and allows users to track ownership of coins. The term wallet is a bit misleading, as Bitcoin's decentralized nature means that it is never stored in a wallet, but rather decentralized on a blockchain. The current total supply of Bitcoin is 21 million. As of July 2020, there are roughly 3 million Bitcoins which have yet to be mined. In this way, Bitcoin and any cryptocurrency generated through a similar process operates differently from fiat currency. in centralized banking systems, currency is released at a rate matching the growth in goods in an attempt to maintain price stability, while a decentralized system like Bitcoin sets the release rate ahead of time and according to an algorithm. Bitcoin mining is the process by which Bitcoins are released into circulation. Generally, mining requires the solving of computationally difficult puzzles in order to discover a new block, which is added to the blockchain. In contributing to the blockchain, mining adds and verifies transaction records across the network. One Bitcoin is divisible to 8 decimal places, which is 100 millionths of one Bitcoin, and this smallest unit is referred to as a Satoshi. So this brings me to my next point on why should you buy Bitcoin? My biggest answer to this question will be Bitcoin is finite and is not being controlled by any government, institution, or banks. You can spend your Bitcoins fairly anonymously. And although all transactions are recorded, nobody would know which account number was yours unless you told them. You are basically your own bank. And if you have gone to a bank to make transactions, you know it is such a hassle to do all that. So why not make all the transactions yourself and not through a third party, aka the bank? As Bitcoin is finite, does it sound familiar what is supposed to be finite and a store of wealth? Yeah, that's right, gold. Many call Bitcoin the next gold because gold is a commodity which is finite and there would not be any more gold once all of it was mined. And thus, from ancient times, humankind have been using gold as a store of wealth. But, till date, gold is still being mined. And as of now, it is technically not finite as we still do not know how much gold is left in the world. On the other hand, Bitcoin has only 21 million in supply. And it's already stated, and it's a fact, that once this 21 million Bitcoin has been fully mined, there will not be any more left in the world. It could very well be the next world reserve currency. Yes, I said it, the next world reserve currency. And I know I will get flamed on this, but hear me out. Our fiat currencies is heavily manipulated and can be printed at will by central banks. This printing of money will cause severe inflation, which is happening right now. And do you know, $1 in the 1800s is equivalent in purchasing power to about $20.67 today, an increase of $19.67 over 221 years. The dollar had an average inflation rate of 1.38% per year between 1800s and today, producing a cumulative price increase of 1,967.25%. That is what inflation does. But Bitcoin is deflationary, the opposite, meaning the buying power increases over time. So if you put your private key under your mattress for 20 years or put your Bitcoin on the moon, it will buy you more than what it buys you today. And at this point, you might still have doubts on whether Bitcoin is trustworthy and will it still be here in the next 10 years. It's okay to feel like this, as we know Bitcoin existed only 12 years ago and is still relatively new. So to validate this, go look up on Google and search up who is buying Bitcoin. And these are all facts. Many banks and large institutions like JP Morgan Chase, American Multinational Investment Bank, or Financial Services Holding Company headquartered in New York City and ranked by S&P Global as the largest bank in the United States and the 7th largest bank in the world by total assets. MicroStrategy, a company that provides business intelligence, mobile software, and cloud-based services. Grayscale, a company that manages cryptocurrency investment funds. It is a subsidiary of the Digital Currency Group, which also owns the cryptocurrency news and digital media company CoinDesk. They are all buying up Bitcoin in the past few months and are buying huge amounts of it, amounting to millions and billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. So currently, Bitcoin is trading about 50k USD to about 60k USD, depending when you are watching this video. And can it still go up? personally in years to come, there is definitely a super high potential for it to continue going up. So let me ask you now, is Bitcoin here to stay? At this point, you must be wondering, how do I buy it? So very simple, just follow this simple few steps. First, choose an exchange. I am from Singapore, so to my fellow Singaporeans, I'd straight up recommend Binance or Coinbase. I have put my referral links below, but if your friends or family have a referral link too, just use theirs. Or if you are in the States, Cash App and Coinbase. Do not use Robinhood, as you do not actually own the Bitcoin. If you are from UK, EU, Australia, Binance, just use it. If your country is not mentioned here, just search it up on Google. Okay, the next step, secure your account by using apps like Google Authenticator, activating a second layer to log in so others cannot access your wallet. It depends on your exchange. Binance and CoinHako uses Google Authentication. Third, fund your account. Always use the bank transfer as the option to fund. And don't use your credit cards, as there are many transaction fees and you want to minimize all of that. And please, when you make a transfer, remember to include your reference code. All exchanges will provide you with one when making a bank transfer. And lastly, just bind your Bitcoin. The last step, move your Bitcoins to a hardware or cold storage. Do not trust any exchanges and keep your coins there. But personally, if your coins are worth less than 10k, it is still fine to leave it on the exchange. But please, if you have more, I really urge you to put it into a cold hardware wallet such as the Ledger. Please only buy the Ledger from the main website. In the cryptocurrency space, there are bound to be scams. If you are a risk taker and you want to earn interest by just keeping and holding your coins, I would recommend using Blockfi, because I myself am using it. You can earn 6% interest on your Bitcoins annually just by holding it. Why not, right? So much more than your average banks. So just deposit your coins onto Blockfi and that's it. The link is in the description down below. And note, I'm not sponsored, just suggesting a great platform for you to earn interest on your coins, and it's super safe. And bam, simple as that. You now officially hold Bitcoin no matter how much you have, even if you hold fractions of a Bitcoin. You have just made a very wise investment and diversified your investing portfolio. So if you like this video, please hit the like button if you haven't already, and subscribe if you want contents like this. I'll mainly be talking more on stocks, crypto, and financing, so stay tuned. And as always, invest safe and smart. The markets are always here, but your capital may not. Peace.